update on term 2. Sorry about the light and these shadows, people. We're going to do a quick update on term 2 and then run into term 3. So this was kind of like a mental map, I guess, of what we focused on, and just, I wouldn't say they were goals per se, but just more of an outline to make sure we got down all the things that I really wanted to hit. And then I revamped our weekly rhythm because I wanted to do more with geography and civics, and our literature for the boys' individual literature was poetry, and we were doing the introductory lesson together, and then they would have separate readings. So I updated that with our kind of new schedule and just things that I knew I wanted to include. And so for term 3, I basically had to do the same thing because I'm going to show you in a bit that we will not be continuing civics, but we will be really jumping into the beginning of American history, and we will be really working on our ELA loop. So as you can see from term 1 with James, where we started with just Grammar Galaxy and literature, term 2 we added in what is it called? Like a sentence building practice or writing practice. And now we are going to add in spelling and creative writing. Typically I have never done it like a sequential add-on or take something out, take something in, but this is also our first time working in terms. We've never done this before either, and it's just been really beneficial for our family. We've been home a lot, we've gone slower, and we've just had a lot more fun as a family. So this is what we are working with so far, and I do want to let you know that our terms have typically been 6 weeks, but this term will be a bit longer because of the holidays and travel and all of that stuff. So term 3 starts on December 2nd and then ends February 14th with breaks in between. Okay, so like I said, we're changing things out and adding in more fun. We have been doing chemistry. It has just been dry. I don't know another way to say it. It just hasn't been as hands-on and engaging. And when I talked to them about it, we just needed to change things. So I, with the guidance here, I'm trying to get this in the whole, with the guidance of a few of my homeschool mom friends, I completely revamped everything. And so I created this introduction, and so it's like modules and then lessons. So I combine things that like my kids like, which is baking, cooking, hands-on activities, really fun notebooking or art extensions, and then they also think like gamify elements, so like scavenger hunts, matching, trivia, stuff like that. So I just put this together again with some videos, a teaching script for myself, and various activities. So we will be working through this all of term 3 and term 4. We're just gonna take our time, go through it, have fun. I made sure to just, for supplies wise, only to add a little bit of things that we don't already have. So a lot of it is things you a lot of people or homeschoolers will already have in the house or are really inexpensive and accessible to get, and even things that maybe you haven't done in a while, like testing for radon when you're learning about that. So I also added in acids and bases at the end. I know that's not like periodic table specifically, but for me, because we've already covered matter and atoms and molecules, I felt like with the periodic table and acids and bases, that was really, really, really comprehensive as far as chemistry goes. And so I'm gonna switch out our spines as well. And not that I won't use the other ones. So we are using the Usborne Kids Science Encyclopedia, the Basher Science, Chemistry, and Chemistry Acola. So it's not that I will not continue to not use these. It's just these will be used way more. We have this for physics, and it is just a really, really, really great resource book. It just breaks down all the things. The images are really, really good. And while it is for children, it's a wealth of information. You know what I mean? And then this one is just as it says. Hold on. There we go. An illustrated encyclopedia of the elements. Right? So you can see it, and it gives you a breakdown of all the things you may not know, all that jazz. So needless to say, we are all very, very much looking forward to kind of starting chemistry anew and really having a lot more fun with it. If you want, I can show you like our chemistry supply bin so you can see what I'm talking about as far as just like things I have on hand, and then the recent additions. Okay, so next is history. Hold on, I think that's better. And so for term 1 and term 2, my oldest was reading an Indigenous Peoples History of the United States. And then my youngest in term 2 was reading a Native American thought of it. And so we were just learning the indigenous contributions and perspective as far as like the forming of this country. And so as far as American history goes, the way I have it mapped out is that for me to do it well and comprehensively from a worldview and BIPOC sourced reference, it's gonna take about 2 years. I do not want to rush through it. I don't want to fly through it. And while I don't want to like make it painstaking, I do want to make it solidifying. So, I guess we'll start with what I think so far will be our spines. So I switched. I know. So James was going to be using Howard Zinn's A Young People's History of the United States. But that book is fantastic. It is great, but it spans like 250 years. No, it spans like 600 years in, 10 chapters. And so this is for young people. So there is a, I don't know, like an adult version, if you want to call it. But this is a worldview, okay, of the forming of the Americas. And so the way I'm gonna have my son do it for his spine is basically, if you guys can think of like a detective board, how they're trying to connect the clues with like the strings and stuff. What I want my son to be able to do is find connection points from chapter to chapter based on what we are studying in here. I don't know about how you learned history in traditional school. It was very, very segmented and separated, where I'm learning and had to relearn that is not the case. Like, history was happening all across the world all the time, and a lot of it impacted how other things were done. So I got this from the library. There is a sample on Amazon that is pretty detailed and invasive, which made me want to use this book instead. So just wanted you all to see like the text and images, if you will. We also these are the same author, is what I'm trying to say. So this is Before Columbus, the Americas of 1491. And this is like, I guess you would say, their kid version. There is an adult version. I think it's just called 1491. Like, this one's called 1493. I think it's called 1491. Don't quote me on that. But this goes, I mean, way back. Okay, you can see the parts here. How old was the New World? Why did Europe succeed? Were the Americas really a wilderness? Okay. I mean, we're going way back. All right. Genetic engineering, just things we didn't know about, like the why no wheels. Let's give you stuff here. Maze around the world. So and while again, like the chemistry book I showed you, how it said that it was for kids, I mean, truly anyone can learn from this. While this may be condensed, it is still full, okay, of information. Okay, so that is that. And then we will also be using A Kid's Guide to Native American History. I don't know that we will be using the activities in here, and I will tell you why in just a second. But okay, so contents. And you, oh, sorry. Hold on. There we go. Can't see the whole thing here. All right, so timeline. So while this does give you really good information, again, stereotype, truth, things like that, it specifically, I mean, as the title states, this is a Native American history. So you are not gonna get the world view or even a colonizer's point of view, right? Which I love. And for some of the things that we might do or explore, they break it down a little bit more. So I know, like in what I'm going to show you, I know we talk about, I know one of the activities is a corn husk doll. So this, you know, can give more information on that, on specific nations and things like that. Again, it does have activities, crafts, bios. I don't know if y'all can see the game information here. We will be talking about the Wampanoag. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. But yes, okay. There is like a dish in here, okay, stuff like that. All right. And then we also have heart and soul. Now for unit 1, which is what this is. This is unit 1. I don't know how many units we will have, but this is unit 1. We probably won't get in this until the end, because again, this spans, as you can see, right, we're going all the way to Jim Crow here. So we will probably only cover a couple chapters in this. I am so sorry, I'm trying to show y'all the beginning, and my pages aren't paging. There we go. Okay. So we will only probably use a little bit of this towards the end of unit 1. And that's totally okay, because we'll be referencing it more throughout other units. Okay, now to the fun part, the units. Okay, so again, and these covers, y'all, I made on Canva. I didn't say that in the last one, but just FYI. So this is what we will be covering. And again, pre-colonized America, the native people of the of the Americas. But what I wanted to show here was that, again, I made the activities focused on what it was that I know that my kids like. So I have coding for my oldest. I have lots of like art extensions and building projects like building projects like designing peg dolls. There's more intentional and kind of more in-depth notebooking, so like an explorer profile page, mapping journal, and then gamifying things. Sorry, I couldn't think. Crafts. I did a Minecraft extension too. And the way I did this, just so you know, like, I like having more options than like just a few. And so if we don't get to everything, that's totally fine. But I do want to have like some things, you know. Again, there's quilting activities in here, all the jazz. So, settlement map, everything else, okay? And then my youngest is also really into comics, so I have this in some of the lessons as well. Again, so this is unit 1, and then it's broken down into lessons. So in the introduction is kind of like a lesson, I guess. In my head it would be more like a review, but who knows. So if each lesson, took a week, it would be 11 weeks. We probably gonna go more than that. I have this mapped out for unit 1. I planned on it being taking us all the way to term 5. And term 5 starts after Easter, I believe. So we have a bit of time. And again, I just want this done well and making it really, really, really foundational. Okay, so I told you I will be adding spelling. This title, I know that it is an actual curriculum by an actual company that has a publisher, and it is copyrighted. I am simply I really, one, I like alliteration, but two, we're going straight by definition number one of sequential here, just in order. Okay. We have never had success with spelling curriculums with my oldest. He does have dysgraphia, but Knowledge by Nature, who I followed, she was saying how we both use a similar curriculum, and while the lessons, the information is great, the activities are not. And so I then began to look up phonetics-based spelling, and that is how we came up with this. So to make it, you know, have some dopamine, make it more enticing, there is well, you'll track and collect jewels to earn video game time. And so here's this jewel tracker. He'll color it for whatever color, put the date down. Okay, here's how we know the activity we're doing. Okay, you roll the die, all right, and you know, whatever it, like, let's say it rolls on the 1, you roll it again. Okay, if it rolls a 6, you choose. If it rolls 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, you see what I'm saying? So if I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 2, I would put the words in order from shortest to longest and practice, you know, recognition and order and all of that stuff with them. Anyway, lots and 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 lots of activities here. Again, created this in Canva with the things that I already knew that we had, stuff like that. And then I found a free phonetic-based spelling list, and then I simply redesigned it. That is all I did. I redesigned it, and I added this. That is it. Okay. So again, like I said, this is phonetics based. So we're starting with CVC words in order. All right. And so even like for this, right, let's say he rolled the shortest to longest, right? For me, I would want him to see like, okay, all of these are 3 letters except A, you know, except X. I'm so sorry, y'all. And then, you know, we can choose another one, or he can choose. And then it goes, again, this is what I mean by sequential in order. We're in blends now, consonant blends, digraphs, okay? Again, we're gonna go, okay, long A's, long vowels, vowel teams. All right, we're just trucking through, okay? I did not number these complex consonants. I did not number them. I don't even have a preference or timeline of how long it takes. I'm not even sure that I care. My goal with this is for him to build confidence and want to engage in these activities. For anyone who has any type of learning difference, doing the activity that is different can sometimes make you feel like you're not good at it, or you aren't good. And that is kind of what spelling and writing has been for us. And this is the first year that we do not have that hesitation, and we are enjoying these things. And I just want it to continue, which is why I didn't want like a workbook where we're just like matching words or we're writing words over and over. I really wanted it extremely multi-sensory. So enter all of this. So this is our School Nest spelling notebook. So any of the writing activities that were in here will go in the spelling notebook. Now, I know y'all like, what? Remember I said I made it based on stuff I already had? I hope y'all can see. This is a lot. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's try that. Okay. So these are... letter stamps, upper and lowercase. And he can also stamp these in the spelling notebook. These are alphabet bean bags. Sorry. So, right, letter, bean bag. And so you can toss the letters. And it's like uppercase on one side, lowercase on another. And then the vowels are red. And the weight of the bean is like not heavy at all. It's very, very light. We have Lego letters, and these plates I got from Dollar Tree. We have magnetic letters. We also have the Montessori movable alphabet. Again, this was already a lot, so we have smaller bead letters, larger bead letters. Okay, we have Play-Doh stamp letters and Play-Doh. I forgot this material. Oh my goodness, but we only have the uppercase of these. And then we also have this word building flip book, right? So, oops, sorry. Each of these is like all 26 letters, okay? So, and then we also have whipped cream. Okay, so going back to for this, okay, things like syllable sort, word categories, he would put in the good old spelling notebook, but doing them in dry erase, a beanbag toss, writing on the window, highlighting, you know, the vowels, like write them out and then highlight the vowels, write in shaving cream, and, you know, stamp it out. And then, like I said, if he rolls a 6, he can choose. So I intentionally didn't put the magnetic letters or the Montessori alphabet on there, or the Lego letters, but he can choose those, or he can choose something he's done before. Like, it is totally up to him. I will say though, however, to encourage the writing, okay, he gets a red jewel, okay? And then if he completes 2 activities, he gets a green jewel, blue jewel for 1 activity. But he needs to collect 2 jewels of each color to get the 25 minutes of video game time. And again, this is not you need to have 2 colors of each jewel by the end of the week, nothing like that. That's why I put this tracker in here, okay? And we can take our time and just have fun, build confidence, and just also meet those input needs that our neuro-friendly friends sometimes need, you know? That's all for me right now. This has been long enough, right? So I will catch y'all on the flip side. Have a great day.